Acquire immunity. This immunity is learned by fighting microbes from antigen recognition. Antigen are foreign molecules on pathogens that provoke an immune response. We have naturally acquired immunity and artificially acquired immunity. Both types of immunity have an active and passive form. The lymphocyte, T cell, and B cell are the main immune cell of the acquired immunity. T cells come in three types: helper T cell, cytotoxic T cell, and suppressor T cell. They help fight infected and DNA damaged cells, while B cell produce antibodies and present antigen to T cell and providing also signals for T cell activation. Hypersensitivity now. Hypersensitivity happens when the immune system attacks healthy cells as a result of the malfunction in the body. It can be triggered by antigen from the physical environment, such as pollen, chemical, or dust, or by self-antigen. Hypersensitive range from trivial and annoying discomfort such as allergy in immediate type 1 hypersensitivity to more serious diseases such as multiple sclerosis, which is an autoimmune disorder. Hypersensitivity diseases are grouped into 4 categories. The 3 first categories involve antibodies, while the last category is cell-mediated. We have different blood cells in the immune system. We have a granulocyte, 2 main categories of granulocyte. They have granule in the cytoplasm. We have a neutrophil, which are the most abundant. They are phagocytosis. They destroy bacteria in acute infection. We have a eosinophil, which destroy bacteria and fight allergic reaction. We have a basophil. They also are involved in allergic reaction and they intensify the overall inflammatory response. The A granulocyte have a lymphocyte, B and T cell, and which attack the T cell. We said already attack infected cells, and the B cell fight any foreign substance outside the cell. We also have a monocyte which differentiate into macrophages. The hemoglobin, they are actually antibodies that help fight infection in the acquired immune system. The IgG is the most common one. It attacks all foreign substances. It can offer immunity from the mother to the unborn child as it can cross the placenta barrier. We have IgA, which is the second most abundant. It plays a role in mucosal protection. IgM is the first hemoglobin produced in antibody response. IgE fights allergic reaction and parasitic infection. It believes to act as an antigen receptor on the surface of B cell, although its role is not really known. Self-recognition. We can talk about the major histocompatibility complexes 1 and 2, along with the human leukocyte antigen complex, allow the immune system to differentiate between cells and self and non-self cell through antigen recognition, ensuring that non-self cells are destroyed. MHC class 1 molecules are found on the surface of all nucleated cells as an early warning system to immunity. They display fragments from foreign cells to allow them to be identified as foreign by T cell. MHC class 2 molecule also displays fragments from foreign cell and are only present on specific type of cell of the immune system and tend to focus on extracellular pathogens such as bacteria. Transplants of organs. This is done, for example, to repair tissue or in a burn because an organ is failing. Transplants can be of cells can be transplanted as well as tissue and organ from one person, the donor, to another person, the recipient. But sometimes the recipient's immune system fights the transplanted organ as it does not recognize the antigen on the surface. Tissue typing helps minimize the risk of rejection, but the match is usually not perfect because only on that identical twins share similar antigen. In order to suppress the activity of a specific T cell responsible for organ rejection, monoclonal antibodies can be used during and after surgery. Rejection of organ can be acute, happen immediately after the transplant. It can be hyperacute, it happen immediately after the transplant. It can be acute from first week to 3 months, or it can be chronic. It happens slowly over the year, damaging the organ. Autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease is, as we were saying before, is when the immune system loses its ability to tolerate self-antigen while still recognizing and attacking foreign antigen. Multiple sclerosis, for example, is a chronic condition that affects the brain and the spinal cord, where the immune system damages and scars the layer that surround and protect the nerves and potentially the underlying nerves. This then disrupt and slow neural communication. Multiple sclerosis has many symptoms that vary from one person to the another. Among the main symptoms, we have weakness of muscle spasms, stiffness, tingling, and numbness. Rheumatoid arthritis is also a condition where the immune system attacks the cells of a joint that lines the joint. Over time, this can damage the joint itself, cartilage, and nearby bone. Symptoms are swelling, pain, and stiffness in the joint, and it affects the wrist, the feet, and the end. There may be flares. These are the period where the symptom gets worse. These flares can be decreased with be decreased with treatment and be prevented in the long term. Like any other autoimmune diseases, the triggers are not yet fully understood, but a well-controlled rheumatoid arthritis can, however, reduce the risks of complication. The diagnosis of an autoimmune disease require identifying the antibodies that the body is making that is causing the disease. We have potential tests such as autoantibody tests, which look at particular antibodies in the body on tissue, and we also have autoimmune, because we know that autoimmune disease is a chronic condition and there is no cure. Treatment therefore will include reserving around controlling the condition, such as we have practical actions such as healthy eating, regular exercise, and medical interventions such as physical therapy or immunosuppressant medication.